Pop quiz, which eyewear brand today occupies the gray area between industrial design and artisanal couture? We're talking about none other than the Italian eyewear brand, Hapter. How's everybody doing? It is your friendly neighborhood optician, Daniel Brunson, and you have landed on the Hicks Brunson Eyewear YouTube channel. Thank you so much for being here. If you're new to the channel and you want to see more content like frame reviews, custom lens technology, custom tinted transitions lenses with mirror coatings, we are known for doing all kinds of things that are unique and not always easy to find. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below so that you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. All right, let's get into it. Today we're talking about Italian brand Hapter, and this is one of the most unique and cool and innovative frame brands I have run across in a long time as an optician, and I can't wait to share it with you all today. They have so many cool, unique looks. We're going to get into a lot of their looks, and we'll make links available so you can shop everything that I'm about to show you. Just a real brief moment to talk about the history of the brand Hapter. They are an Italian brand that were founded in the mountain town of Belluno, Italy, and their workshop they call their Hapteria. I love it, Hapteria. And it's where all their innovation and craftsmanship takes place. And one thing about these frames, you're going to notice the texture is just very rich. Like you can feel the texture. It's very, that's an important part of this brand, in which gets into the name Hapter. So Hapter is from the Greek apto, which means to touch, or to be touched is another translation. So hence the name, the word Hapter. So let's get into it. I want to show you one of their, this is the box, and we have inside the box, we have the case, and I like this case a lot. You got the name right here, opens from the top and also from the bottom right here. So this is one of my favorite pieces in the sunglass collection. This is HL03. We're currently sold out of all colors but this one, but this is a rad color, sort of an orange and silver. And as I said, the way these frames are made, it's a combination of, it's an industrial design. So it's basically steel, flat sheet metal with industrial grade rubber. And we'll get into the designs and the looks and all the styles real quick, but here's how they all start out. Here's how they're made. You have a piece of sheet metal. There are many little micro dot pinholes that are placed into the sheet metal, and then you have industrial grade rubber placed on each side, and then it's heated and bonded through heat by the rubber partially melting into the pinholes, and so you have a nice, snug, secure fit. Then the frame shapes, temple arms are laser cut out of the sheet, so you end up with something stunning and something beautiful that nobody has ever seen before. So let's get back into the HL03. This is a 56 eye size, a 17 bridge. Nice, good coverage for a sunglass. Flash gold mirror with a bronze gradient tint. And these frames are incredibly comfortable to wear. The flat sheet metal is a lightweight material, has been for a long time. The hinges are what impress me about these frames. This is a patented, what Hapter calls an 8-gon hinge. So when you close it, when you open it, it clicks here and then it clicks here. So there's 2 points of contact, boom, boom. Very smooth, very sturdy, and just a really cool, really awesome look. You have the nose pad arms, again, like all flat sheet metal frames, nothing's welded on, no weld points. So very durable, very flexible, rubber grippy temple tips that are adjustable. But they don't really need a lot of adjustment because the rubber grips the bridge of the nose and behind the ear. So you have a very comfortable fit and a very cool fashion-forward look. So that's that piece. I want to look at one other piece here in the sunglass collection, and then we'll look at some of the optical collection. So this one's so 1980s. And let's see if I can read the model. This is the WL10, and the WL10 in a 58 eye, 17 bridge, a little bit bigger, red and silver. I love all the detail work. 3 bars, 4 bars at the bridge. So, and you can see the texture on these. This is why they're called Hapter, to touch. They have a nice, thick texture. And it almost reminds me of like when I was younger, when I was in high school, I had my hair cut a lot of ways where it was shaved up on the side and it was a little longer on the top and kind of parted over. When you have your head shaved on the side, and you have that nice texture on the side of the head. It almost kind of reminds me of that in a way. So nice large size, gray lens, comfortable, all the other features previously described. All right, the WL03 model, dark black and silver. Nice big aviator, again, very 1980s. Light, comfortable, adjustable, durable. We'll just run through a try-on haul of all the sunglasses first, and then I'll jump over and look at some of the opticals. This is the HL05, red and silver. This model has a thicker metal bridge with a diamond cut engraving pattern. And look how cool this looks with the red and silver. Combine it with the round shape. Very, very industrial, very modern, but with the use of the color, like very fashion forward. Here's a few other really cool roundish red and silver looks. This one's a little more of an oval. This model is the ML02. It is a 46 eye with a 24 bridge. This is one of the smaller shapes in the collection. So it would make a great piece if you had to add prescription lenses, especially if you had stronger prescription lenses, or not, or if you just like the smaller oval look. It's a great look. And another, this is perhaps a perfect circle. This is a 44 eye with a 26 bridge, and this is model IL01. This has a slightly different temple over the back of the ear than some of the previous models I've shown you. It's much thinner, still rubber tipped, fully adjustable, still with the 8-gon hinge. And as I said, this may be a perfect circle. Look at that bridge detail work on the back side of the bridge. I love the perfect circle. It's not easy to pull off. Not every face shape can pull off a perfect circle. It just doesn't have the right symmetry on a lot of face shapes, and it's hard to get this design right too. But I feel like if you get the proportions right, the balance of the bridge right, where the circle centers in front of the eye really well, then you end up with a really stellar look. So that's a great round sunglass. Now, here's one more, a more bread and butter sunglass look, like probably one that a lot more people would feel comfortable. This is my style, this is my jam, a little more classic. And this is model PL13 in kind of a rust red silver look. And I mean, you know, what do you have here? You have a great, just classic sort of I would call this a Wayfarer inspired shape. And if you've watched my channel long enough, you probably know I've talked about the Wayfarer shape is a classic staple that I think everyone should have. And there's a reason for that. It pretty much looks good on almost every face shape, the Wayfarer shape. So check this piece out here. Very easy to wear, very classic style. But if you want something that's different, look at these Hapter pieces. Now, one of the standout pieces in the Hapter collection, one of the more limited edition unique pieces that they make, this is M01MF. And this one is a beauty. This one is just a beauty. Look at this design. Look how much space you have between the bridge bar. Look at the empty space that you have around the lens, connected by some small points. Almost looks like the lens is floating within the larger shape. And they did something a little different with this piece. They didn't use the industrial grade rubber. They used more of a cloth type material. So you still get that texture. It's not quite as raw feeling as the rubber. And maybe would appeal more to the feminine side of things with the cloth versus the industrial grade rubber. But a classic great look, just like very unique, very good circle, just beautiful. And different style temple arm, a little more sport, like a little more what we call when it doesn't wrap around the back of the ear, but rather it hugs around the back of the head. This is a common sport design you see in sports eyewear. It's known as an occipital fit rather than a skull around the back of the ear fit. So beautiful look here. And again, this is model M01MF. I think I have one more sunglass to get to before I jump over to the opticals. This is model IL02. It is a 47i 23 bridge. Nice angular shape, nice detail work on the back of the bridge. Slimmer profile. We've started to see smaller eyewear come back into play for the first time in around 10 plus years, maybe 14, 15 years. So kind of to me has that Matrix era eyewear look where you have things that are a little slimmer, the way things were kind of in the mid to late 90s. Great design, great shape. All right, now let's get into the optical. I want to start out with I showed you the Wayfair inspired sunglass. There's an optical version of that. It's called the PL13, and this color is black on the front and orange on the inlay. And just like the sunglass version, this is a shape that's going to look good on a lot of face shapes. This is a 55i 17 bridge, so not small by any stretch. This is going to fit a medium to wider face. Not too wide, but medium to slightly wider face really well. So if you want that good classic look that makes a little bit more of a statement, but has something unique in the Hapter touch and the Hapter feel and the Hapter comfort, this is a great piece to check out. Now I want to look at one of their brow lines. So there's a look known throughout eyewear history called horn rim. People call it horn rim. Really, it's a brow line look. It's the 1960s look where it's got a heavy acetate rim and a thin wire rim on the bottom. This is kind of the Hapter version of that 1960s look. This is model HL08, again with the 8-gon hinges. Nice thick brow on top, nice very thin wire rim on bottom. So thin, barely visible with the wire rim. And model HL08 is made in a 50i size 18 bridge. All right, now let's talk about one that's a little more bread and butter. This is model PL08, 51i 23 bridge. This is going to fit a medium to smaller face really well. And this is just a real clean look. If you want something that's real easy to wear every day, wear it to the office, wear it wherever, but you want a nice, good quality, unique, innovative design, such as a Hapter piece, this is a great model. If you want something that's a little more 1980s inspired, this is similar to some of the sunglass looks that I showed you earlier. This is WL10 and a big 58i 17 bridge. Oh, look at this bad boy right here. This is a play on that big metal double bar so popular in the early 1990s that was worn by so many people, presidents, men everywhere. This big, deep shape in a double bar look. This is a play on that, but it has such a cool look when you combine it with the Hapter industrial design look. Just takes it to another level. So we have another double bar here in a smaller shape. This is much more boxy. This is model PL15. This is a 51i 18 bridge. Nice and boxy, a lot of space between the double bar. And one thing that's really striking as I try every one of these frames on, no matter what size, shape, they all feel amazing. You try on different frames. If you're looking at acetates, thick and chunky frames, sometimes the bridge fits are a little off. They're not quite right, or the weight of the frame creates too much pressure, or the thickness of the acetate squeezes the sides of the head in a way that's not immediately, you're not immediately sure if it would be comfortable. Every single one of these, because they're so lightweight and because they have so few touch points on the frame. They're very comfortable to wear. Okay, this is a unique look right here. This is model HL06, and it is a 49i 22 bridge. Look at this bad boy. Black matte rubber with matte silver. Diamond cut bridge again. Look at this temple arm right here. Look at this sleek design here. I love how they've done this. A little bit thicker temple tips. Nice, good round shape. Really cool look. This would make a cool transitions, clear indoors, dark outdoors. This would make a very cool transitions lens. Maybe a style mirror lens where it darkens to a silver mirror. I could see that working really well. Let's see. We have another round shape here. I think I showed you, yes, I showed you the sunglass version of this just a little bit earlier. This is the optical version of the IL01/B. 44i 26 bridge. Beautiful round shape. And as I said, I don't have my ruler with me. I believe this one is a perfect circle. If not, it's very close to being a perfect circle. So if you want that unique look, this is a beauty. All right, let's move along. This one's a little more eccentric. This is the WL05. This one is unique in a couple of ways. It's got a lot of bridge detail work and temple arms. The lenses are almost invisible. So you almost have invisible floating lenses between bridge and temple. And this look is really only possible with flat sheet metal designs like this, at least to be made in such a durable, stable way. So it's not going to be a look for everybody because of how unique, because of how different it looks compared to most frames you're used to seeing, but this is certainly something really cool. There's another color in that. That's kind of the rusty red. This is the blue and silver. And moving along, there's only 3 left to get to. This is model PL07. This is that rusty red rubber with silver. And that's a nice round. And that one just feels like a great fit. The way it just went on over my ears just now, such a clean fit. And here's a nice little oval. And I think we looked at a sunglass version of this a little bit earlier. Yes, we did. We looked at the red and silver sunglass version of this. Here's the black and silver optical version of this little oval. Check it out. And last but not least, model PL02, 47i 21 bridge. Nice clean look. All right, there you have it. That's Hapter. Beautiful packaging, beautiful case, beautiful brand story. All of these frames handcrafted in the Hapteria in Belluno, Italy, in the mountains of Italy. As I said, inspired by an old pair of military goggles. Just something created, a new brand created to inspire innovative design, comfortable eyewear, fashion-forward looks, couture, all of the great things I love about our industry. It's something I love about our industry. You've got, eyewear is the same thing for decades and decades. It's a couple of lenses, a bridge, and a couple of pairs of temples, and it never ceases to amaze me how designers keep figuring out new ways to invent that wheel that provides a valuable functional tool that allows so many of us to see or protect our eyes in the sun, but that also gives us a sense of our own style by being able to wear a frame that we feel speaks to us and complements our look. Check out Hapter. Links available down below for everything I've shown in the video in the description box. You can shop them all online at hicksbrunson.com. And if you like this kind of content, go ahead and hit that subscribe button before you go so that you don't miss my next video. And I will see you in the next video.